After looking at the work of Mary Blair and looking at It's a Small World, we're going to create our own buildings or castles or whatever you'd like. Now, you want it to be very large. You want it to take up most of the paper, and you may do it so it is tall, or you can do it so it's wide. And you can draw on your own. You may use stencils if you would like. So if you're using stencils, you can use any of the inside shapes or the outside. So I'm gonna take this over here and I'm gonna start it at the bottom, and I'm gonna hold it by pressing in the middle, spreading my hand out and drawing a shape there. And then maybe I decide next, I'm gonna put a square right here. This is the ground, so I'm gonna do that. Maybe this next one, I want to make a little bit taller. I'm gonna continue this line on. And then if I want that to continue down, I can do that just like that. Maybe this one, I'm gonna use this as a straight edge. I'll have it like that. Now, I can use some other shapes too. I think I'm gonna put a big triangle there. Then maybe on some of the others, I can use the triangle here on the top if I want to. And maybe I do two of them going across. I could do that. I could take also, and I could do a partial shape. I don't have to do the whole thing. Maybe I wanna make a shape there. See if I have room for another one here. We sure do. Okay, then let's say I like the top of that. Makes kind of an interesting design. Then I can do just different shapes and patterns in here. So maybe I take my circle, maybe over here, I want two big circles going down. Then I can decide what else I want. I want a long skinny, I want a long skinny one right here. This, you're just adding some extra. I kind of like that right there. It's whatever you would like. I'm gonna finish this up and I'll show you what I have when I am done. Here is my finished castle. I decided mine's a castle or building, whatever you would like. It's got plenty of shapes in it. So have fun creating your castle or building. Now we're gonna take our castle or building, and wherever we have pencil line, we're gonna add some oil pastels to it. Now, oil pastels they look like crayons, don't they? They are I think they're between a crayon and paint. So instead of being made with wax, they're made with oils. So when I take this and draw lines, the colors are just so bright and vibrant. So let me show you. I'm gonna take this dark blue so you can see, and let's say I'm gonna outline this window. I'm just gonna go along the pencil lines. If I get off a little bit, is okay. I don't need to color anything in because we're gonna save that and add some paint later. And I could do more of that. Now, look at this one. There's no color showing on the ends. So this is where it is like crayon, where you can take and you can tear some of the paper off, and then you can use this to create your lines. If you have trouble tearing it off, you can bring it to me and I can help you. So your goal is to do all pencil lines with oil pastels. And then when you get done, it's all lines, all lines. Have fun. Now we're going to add paint to these tempera cakes. Now we have the oil pastels, all of our lines. Now we're gonna use these to add the color to the building. So I'm gonna start with big brush and do some bigger areas. So if I take this brush, is that gonna work? No, with tempera cakes, we need to add water. So I'm gonna add some water, and I would add more than one swish. I'm gonna swish it around at least 10 times, and sometimes in the beginning I do more. Then when I get paint on my brush, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna paint. Whenever I hit a line, I'm gonna try to switch colors. So I'm gonna do the outside edge and then fill it in. Now, if I want it a darker green, I can add another coat on top of it to make it a little bit darker if I want, but I kind of like it the way it is. Now, I'm gonna switch colors. Should I put it in the blue? No, I need to wash it off first, and then I can dip it in the next color. So if it's blue, I'm gonna dip it in here, swish it around, and then let's say I'm gonna paint these circles in. I can go around the edge. Then I can just fill it in. Now I could do all the windows the same color. I didn't have to wash my brush because I'm not switching colors and there's enough water in there. And I can do that. Then I can decide, should I do that one the same color or different? I'm gonna do the same. Add a little more water. Then you're gonna keep painting the whole building or castle. Now I could leave this part white if I wanted to, but I don't have to. Maybe I leave it white for now and I'll come back and see, because I do want to leave a few white spots, but the rest of it I want painted. So maybe I'm gonna paint this part of the building. Maybe my windows stay white on this one if I want. Okay, and you're gonna keep painting, and when you get done with the building, you can decide what you want to do about the sky. Do we keep it white or do I do it a sky color? That is up to you. Here is my finished castle. You will notice I got a little paint on the table. That's okay because I wanted to get to my edge. We'll get that cleaned up. And also I want you to notice that I washed my brush off between colors and the colors all stayed clean. That is another one of your goals. It's okay to have a couple white spots where you leave the whole shape white. That is perfectly fine. So we're gonna have fun painting today.